हाँ पब्लिक कर देना, बाद में ट्राई करेंगे, नहीं लगा हाँ।
Sorry, so we are back again. Mohenjo-daro, the Great Bath. Now, what could have been the purpose of Mohenjo-daro? The Great Bath. What could have been its purpose? Seems that it was used for taking bath on auspicious occasions. So it could have been just like the holy dip, and maybe it was used on auspicious occasions. Now, there's a tank which changing rooms built on the side gallery. So the side gallery was mainly used for changing. Additionally, when we will be going through the religion section of Indus Valley Civilization, we will come across one more activity. Mostly people in Indus Valley, they were phallus worshippers. Additionally, they used to worship the forces of nature, and in that very nature included the Indus River. So just like we worship river Ganges, good evening Saurav, they used to worship river Indus as well. Since it has been a long time, the Great Granary and the Great Bath, they are the two major buildings which have been found during archaeological excavations. None of the other remains have remained intact. Question arises, which might come to your mind, that how come we can how can we can understand regarding the construction of houses in the Indus Valley civilization. See, maybe the top structure is not there, but the foundation has been found, and according to the foundation, It can be estimated what could have been the height of the house, how strong it was, how strong the foundation was, and what was its strength so that it can support the remaining superstructure. What type of superstructure it could support. We can get an estimate of that from the foundation itself. Good morning, Varun. Sorry, good evening, Varun. Now, so we have gone through the town planning and some of the major buildings or construction of the Indus Valley civilization. The next very important thing which we come across is religion. The question arises, which I would like to ask some of you as well. Whom do you worship, or whom do we as human beings, whom do we worship? None of us have seen God, but why do we worship God? Why do we worship storm, for example? Why do we worship storm? Why do we worship water? Why do we worship sky? Why do we worship forces of nature at all? Any idea? Why do we worship the forces of nature? See, as we have seen during the Stone Age, the Stone Age human beings, they worshipped everything which scared them. So they worshipped fire, they worshipped thunder, rain, they worshipped, you can say, they worshipped earth, because earth gave them food once they were settled. They worshipped stronger animals as well, like tiger, bull, humped bull. Okay, so anything which was stronger because of faith. Okay, yes, that is our faith, that we worship God in whatever form and whatever name we call him. There is one supreme power, God. So Indus people were mainly phallus worshippers. Now, the question might arise in your mind, what exactly? Okay, we are thankful for everything. Now, that's something strange. We are thankful for everything, right? But why do we worship a raging fire? Why do we worship storm? The storm gods, they were known as Maruts, as we will study in Vedic times. Maruts, Agni. Why did we worship Agni? Why do we worship the cyclones, the devastating form of water, Varuna? Why do we worship Varuna? Maybe you might agree, or it's possible that you might not agree with me as well, But the thing is, the ancient humans, they started worshipping everything which scared them. As I told you, even when a tiger, even if it meant worshipping a tiger, a humped bull. Later on, as we come to the Vedic times, uh, the snake, that is the king cobra. So we worshipped, initially we worshipped everything which scared us. Yes, we worshipped earth because earth was the symbol of fertility. We'll get to know it right now. Phallus worship, phallus worshippers, discovery of many. Additionally, Indus people worshipped mother goddess. Remember the cult of mother goddess, the practice of worshipping mother goddess had started way back. Now it has continued and it got established in an institutional form during the Indus times. Statue of a female deity which depicts a tree growing out growing out of her womb. So, under the light of this fact, we can infer that Mother Goddess was considered as goddess of fertility. Hence, we can say that there was a culture of worshipping fertility. The worship of the cult of fertility cult had been instituted. Apart from that, we can also see that Mother Goddess can also be considered a deified form of earth. Why? Because from earth itself, the trees, the crops which were used by the Indus Valley people, they took birth, and hence it was considered that it can be inferred, some historians have inferred rather, that this might be the deified form of Mother Earth as well. However, please remember that the Indus society was not matriarchal in nature. However, it's not clear at all. Some historians say that just because of the fact that Mother Goddess was worshipped, they infer that Indus Valley was mainly matriarchal, Indus Valley society was mainly matriarchal in nature, but it's still not clear. Some historians say that it was not matriarchal society, rather it was a patriarchal society. Nature worship was prominent. Now, in this nature worship, all forces of nature, including air, water, and even fire, rather you can say thunder or fire, were worshipped. Apart from this, all the animals depicted on the seal of Pashupati were definitely worshipped. So the seal of Shiva Pashupati, it has depicted how many animals? 5 animals are there: tiger, elephant, rhinoceros, wild buffalo, and 2 antelopes. If you consider one same species, then antelopes, 5 animals of different species. Additionally, they considered humped bull to be pious. However, please remember that none of the Indus Valley seals have depicted cow in any form. Cows have not been shown, so maybe cows were not considered to be very important at that point of time. Yes, trees were definitely there, including banyan tree, people, and apart from that, Indus people worshipped river Indus. So Indus river was worshipped. It was considered to be holy, and just like we consider river Ganges as Ganga Ma, so Indus river was considered as Sindhu Ma. Okay, I am rubbing this. Society. According to some historians, comma, Indus Valley, Indus society was matriarchal. Okay, how can we say that if we at all believe that Indus civilization was matriarchal society, on what basis can we infer that the society of Indus Valley was matriarchal? Was the head of the family. How can we say this? That it was a matriarchal society and not patriarchal society. If at all, we are believing on this fact, how can we conclude that this was a matriarchal society and not a patriarchal society? How can we say this? Okay. Now, female goddess. Arish, can you be a bit more clear? Which female goddess are we talking about? Because in case of, if we are talking about female goddess, we have found only statues of mother goddess. But if you just take a look at your religion section, I have already stated that they were phallus worshippers. So the miniature forms of lingam and yoni, they were found in equal numbers. They were found in large numbers as well. So what does that mean? Lingam signifies uh, the male persona and yoni signifies the female persona. Dancing girl is there, so we can't conclude that this was a matriarchal society on the basis of the dancing girl's statue. Can we? Can we conclude that can we conclude just on the mere discovery of the statue of a dancing girl that this was a matriarchal society, not a patriarchal one? Anyone, just on the basis of the discovery of dancing girl's statue in Mohenjo-daro, can we conclude that this was a matriarchal society and not a patriarchal one? Because see, the miniature form of lingam and yoni, they have been found in equal number. Additionally, we have also found the seal of Shiva Pashupati. So I think that can also act as a source in the favor of proof in the favor of patriarchal society, isn't it? Seal of Shiva Pashupati has been found. Okay. Now, however, some historians are of the view that it was a patriarchal society. Now, the proof for this can be said to be the discovery of the statues of Mother Goddess Arish, but Usha and Sandhya, they were the female goddesses during The time of Rig Veda, not in the time of Indus Valley, was it? Were they the goddesses of Indus civilization? Please clear my doubt. Were Usha and Sandhya the goddesses, that is Usha the goddess of morning, or rather the earliest hour of daylight, and Sandhya the dusk? Were they the goddesses of Indus Valley time, Indus Valley's time, or they were the goddesses during Rig Veda? Now, it was a matriarchal society. You can say that on the basis of the statues of Mother Goddess which have been found, and on the basis of the worship of Mother Goddess. Additionally, it was a patriarchal society. You can say this on the basis of the discovery of seal of Shiva Pashupati. Okay. However, now the question arises is, if you get the same thing in your PT, what will you do? If you get this question, let's say in your UPSC itself, whether Indus Valley civilization was the society of Indus society was matriarchal society. I mean, among statements, different statements, and you get the option as which one of them is correct or wrong. So what would you do? Would you mark patriarchal society or would you mark matriarchal society? Please tell me. If you get the question whether Indus Valley civilization society was matriarchal in nature or patriarchal in nature, which option would you choose? Patriarchal or matriarchal? And why? What would be the reason for your choice? I would like to know that. What would you choose out of matriarchal society and out of patriarchal society? What would be your option? And okay, good. You will always go for matriarchal society in case of PT, prelims. In case of pre, you will always go for matriarchal society, not both. Please remember, not both. However, if the same thing is asked in mains, here you have a chance to describe or to discuss your point of view. You can safely write this as well. You can state this and you can put in an argument regarding patriarchal society as well, because even the most expert most experts, even they are not clear what type of society it was. On one hand, we have found the statues of Mother Goddess, but on the other hand, we have also found the seals of the seal of Shiva Pashupati. Kriti, nowhere is it written that number of female goddesses was more. Okay. Were there any social divisions? When we talk about Indus Valley, there was one priestly class, traders were there, administrators, they were there. There was, you can say, and general people. When we are talking about priestly class, unlike Mesopotamian and Egyptian civilization, no dominance of priestly class on the society. Priests did not dominate. So, no proof of any particular religious structure or building or a place of worship. Yes, class division was obviously there, but I am saying different according to different occupations. Traders, divided into different guilds oblique shrenis. So according to the commodities they traded in. For example, if there are certain traders who trade in the export of cotton garment only or raw cotton, then they would be separated in a, they would be categorized under a different Shreni. Then there would be certain traders who will be trading in barley. They will be in some other category and in another guild. Likewise, according to the commodities which the traders traded, they were separated in different categories. Administrators, no proof of any king or royal family. Perhaps the Indus cities had council of administrators who used to who were responsible for the administration of city. So we don't find any proof of existence of a royal family or king or uh, and definitely I'll do that. Now among the general people, soldiers, is it fine? Kriti, is it fine? Yeah. Okay. Accordingly, just like society, now when we have come across society, we can discuss about different trades and occupations. One of the most important occupation was masonry. The use of burnt bricks in construction is a testimony to the fact that masonry was an important occupation. Farmers or agriculturists. Farmers grew wheat, indigo, cotton, rye was there, peas, rice, yes, but I'll be discussing about sculpture and other artifacts when I deal with the art and culture of Indus civilization. Okay. Uh, anything else apart from these crops? Barley was there. Gram was there. Yes, Arish, I am coming to it. Please have patience. Apart from this, anything else? Any other crop which you might remember of? Wheat, I mentioned wheat, indigo, cotton, rye, peas, rice, barley, gram. Anything else? Please come to the question, Arish. I am saying anything else apart from these crops. The crops which I have mentioned, any other crop apart from this? Yes. Pulses were there. Did they grow fruits and vegetables as well, including dates? Did they grow fruits and vegetables as well? Goldsmiths. So they used gold, silver, copper, bronze, carnelian, jade, precious, and semi-precious stones to make jewelry. Yes. Agriculture was mainly rain fed. So bangles, nose pin, waistband, anklets, rings. Mainly these were the artifacts which were produced by the goldsmiths. potters. So potters used potter's wheel to make different types of potteries. So potteries, they were please remember, I would like to clarify one thing at this point of time. I am not discussing terracotta with this. I will be discussing terracotta when we will discuss about the art and culture of Indus civilization. Three categories. So based on the purpose of their use, they were categorized in three categories: domestic purpose, decorative purpose, and special purpose. Arish, these are all the items which have been found in excavation. Okay, I am not discussing them here. Fine, I won't be discussing any of the artifacts found over here at this point of time. I will be discussing them separately in case of important sites. Whatever has been found, whatever articles have been discovered at all the important sites, I will be discussing them separately at the end. So please be patient and please be with me. Have some patience. So mainly used for storage and preparation of food. They had lustrous and polished finish mainly black and sometimes red as well. They were decorated by drawing geometrical patterns, figures of birds, trees, and animals on them. Potteries this category mainly found in the upper citadel of the city. So, hence, from this particular fact, it can be said that this type of pottery, mainly for decorative purpose, they were used by the affluent class, aristocratic people who lived in the upper citadel of city. Now, what could be the special purpose? Any liquid like oil, wine, etc. So, this was the main purpose of the potteries belonging to special purpose category. Apart from this, we had trading activities. So, I leave it to you uh, till today. We'll call the day for today, and it's I leave you with a question. What could be the trading activities, or rather, what could be the items of export and import in the times of Indus civilization? Do we get any proof regarding that? Okay, so thank you for today. We will continue with Indus civilization in our next class as well. Thank you. Thank you.